that the father is wearing the mask, and now the child wore the mask. So they were all right. And once we leveled off, which would have been below 10,000 feet, because one of the regulations is that about 10,000 feet, everybody should wear a mask. Below 10,000 feet, you can remove your mask. So once we leveled off, which would have been below 10,000 feet, the cabin crew went to the flight deck, and when she returned from the flight deck, she said, "Prepare for landing. We are landing now." Now, having said that, it was an afternoon flight, and we were over water because we are over the Bay of Bengal, going to Bangkok. So one fine man sitting in front of me opens his window, sees down, and all he sees is water. And before I can say 1, 2, 3, he jumps out from a seat, comes in the middle of the aisle, faces all the passengers looking at him. This was a Boeing 737, and starts shouting, "We are landing on water, we are landing on water." Now I got a little worried. I said, "What's going on? What does he know that I don't know? Are we landing on water?" So I got up immediately. I said, "Nothing like that has happened. The emergency part of this flight is over. The oxygen requirement is over. Of course, we are low, so we have to land somewhere, and we might be going to Yangon." And that's where we went. Finally. So to calm everybody down, I had to go to the flight deck because I was a part of the airline. And I spoke to the pilots. They asked if I can sit in the cockpit with them because I was their instructor once upon a time. So 3 of us sat down in the cockpit, and we made the passengers comfortable by our PA, by talks, and we followed the procedures, and we got this plane down to land in Yangon. This happened many, many years back. So this is what stands out. I was prepared for this emergency from a cockpit point of view, but not from a passenger point of view. So you never know how it comes up. I would say, keep this in mind. So learn about any emergency that you have from all aspects of it. Anything. It could be a daily thing in your house that you handle, a fire in your house, a short circuit in your house. Learn from all point of views. Was that interesting enough?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I see that Mr. Jayant is here. Is he here? Have you logged in? Now,
Hi.
Hi,
Hi, good
Mr.
afternoon.
Jayant.
Hi.
I must first tell our friends here that what a difficult morning this has been for you. And I'm honored that you have joined. He's one of the senior most instructors and aviation professionals that I know. And what has happened is his family has tested positive for COVID just this morning. And he himself has undergone a test. I'm not sure what his result has been.
Negative.
But negative, okay. So that gives him another challenge. But I'm sure he'll overcome that. And we'll just request him to speak to us for a few minutes, and then we will let him go because I'm sure he's got a lot of things to do. So, Mr. Javan, please tell us a few things about what you think.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My very nice attendance, and thank you, Mr. Rajesh, for the kind words. Sorry about my voice. Okay, I'm choked. Okay, I'm sure in aviation, you must have come across with many more such occasions, including somebody requiring the artificial respiration to be given, and all those things. Okay, and during my entire career, I also come across. I will talk about few of my such instances during my ground training days. Okay, I've been working with one of the leading airline, and before that, I was with Jet Airways, and as a chief of the approved training organization. I had privilege of working with Captain Rajesh Narayan and so many other professionals, and it was really great working with them. As a chief of the ground training organization, I was basically responsible for creating syllabus for the pilots who are preparing for themselves for the type rating course. Okay, and towards few years before that shutdown of JTF has happened, I was also in charge of the cabin crew training center, and I have few experiences with that. You must have seen that the giving the artificial respiratory respiration. Okay, that there is the whole module is done for the cabin crew, and it's quite interesting. There is a one model is kept, and then the doctors conduct the training for them, and there's a lot of crowd. They do giggle, then they enjoy what's happening over there. Okay, but I have seen actual thing happening. Okay, and I'm proud that some of our cabin crew who were trained by our organization, they have performed on the same exercise in one of the shopping mall. Okay, in front of our training center, there was a huge shopping mall was there, and I saw one of, and we just having going towards a mall. Malls are normally famous to have a lot of eateries. Okay, so we were in the afternoon, on Friday afternoon we were there. A lot of crowd was there, and one of the customer, okay, over here, he fainted. Okay, and people as usual they gather, and lot of advisors are there, but actually there are very few professionals over there actually. And I saw two young cabin crew. There, one fellow took a charge of the entire crowd, moved the people away, and she started giving the CPR. And I saw the fellow who fainted recovering after a few seconds. Okay, and entire crowd clapped, and then I just walked through those. I was not aware that they were cabin crew. Okay, they were in their civics. So I didn't know that one. So I just went over there, and they said that, sir, we are the people who were trained in your organization. Okay, maybe because the JW had almost 4,000 cabin crew at that time. So then, of course, very difficult for me to remember everybody's faces. So they because I've been entering in their classes and firing them. So maybe I mean, they know me. So they told me that introduce themselves and all, and I saw that practical thing happening even in their daily life. Okay, so these are such certain experiences. I know that in our day-to-day life, it matters a lot actually. Okay. Just now, Captain Rajesh Narang has told us about his experience on the in-flight emergencies. Okay, and all those emergencies which are faced in our organization or outside are discussed in our pilots as well as cabin crew training program. Okay, and then we analyze how the concerned crew, cabin crew, and pilots, they reacted to it. Okay, there are 9 attributes are there. Based on that, how they reacted, how the knowledge part got into it, how they reacted, and when the pilots also, how they manage with the path. Okay, all those things are analyzed, and all that data is used for future training, and that training is coming up as a evidence-based training. And even all analysis of all incidents are done based on the evidence-based training. Nobody makes the mistakes willingly. The mistake just happens. All errors, there are errors. It happens actually. Okay, so all aviation incidents, they are gathered, they're collected, analyzed, and we take out some information from it. Okay, the data, we take out the messages, otherwise that data is a garbage. Okay, so we take out the messages and make some principles out of it and educate the people. I know experience is the best guru, experience is the teacher, but let us learn from others' experiences and make this aviation field as a safer field. Okay, so I mean, really, I'm a little tied up with the other my commitments for today, and I wish I could spend some more time. Right, you will have to excuse me because I have to rush to the hospital. Okay, and thank you for listening to me so intently. Okay, and you can always pass on to any questions you have got through Captain Rajesh Narang. I will be really happy to answer all those queries related to pilots training as well as cabin crew training. Thank you very much. Rajesh, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Jaimal. It was so nice of you to join. I can imagine how difficult it is for you with your mother-in-law being in the hospital and wife and daughter being quarantined at home. And you also have a place to look for to stay
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. I already managed to
Um,
get.
okay, excellent.
Thanks, thanks.
Excellent,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you
thanks,
very
thanks.
much. You
Thank you,
please
thank
log
you.
off and continue with what you're doing.
Thank you,
Thanks a
sir.
lot.
Thank you. Thanks, thanks. Bye, bye, bye.
And he had, maybe you guys heard, his family has been tested positive. His mother-in-law had actually reached the hospital, and he still came and spoke to us for a few minutes. I'm very happy that he did that, and he's an invaluable asset wherever he works. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. One question I was asked yesterday, I would like to touch on that. Uh, I was asked by one of your fellow students only. It was that post the pandemic, that people have heard that the training being provided is not of good quality. Uh, the instructors, this is in ground as well as flight training. If I'm not mistaken, this was not asked to me. Is that correct, Sindhu? Can you correct me?
So yes, like I was asking this question yesterday. Like some of my friends
Yeah.
told that post-pandemic they are rushing to complete their house of training as they were new batch coming in, and
Right.
few institutes they were overlogging the logbook. It seems.
Yeah. Now this has been going on for decades, right? And it's up to you.
It will
What do
catch up.
you need? Yeah. What do you need? Because as Captain Crystal just pointed out, it'll catch up. So you're paying somebody to train you, and if the person is not training you and giving you a certificate or something, that it's up to you, basically. So what you can do about it is follow the advice that you've got from all the speakers that we had as far as dedication, attitude, and everything is concerned. And you can find institutes which are the best. Now, what happens is cost becomes a factor. So we kind of look for, the cheaper schools, not cheapest, cheaper schools which are cost effective, which fits into a budget. But let me ask you a question. When you feel unwell or you need surgery, do you go for the cheapest doctor or the best doctor? I bet you that you will go for the best doctor. Same way, you're putting your life in somebody's hands. They're going to train you to become a pilot. And mind you, this will hold you for the rest of your life. Even today, my first flight was in 1988. All right. Even today, when I fly, I can still hear my instructor telling me something or the other in my mind. It comes. So you want to be trained by the best of the best. Now, having said that, I will tell you that MH Cockpit uh, and myself, MH Cockpit is the one which contacted me, and we have arranged for this seminar or the talk. I'm associated with them, and their CEO and me, we talk very frequently. Our vision is the same, to come up with a flying school which has got the best and the best of quality. And they are very interested. That's why they have somebody like me associated with them. We together will come up, and we are working on it. We'll come up with a flying school which will have the best of the facility. We'll try to keep the cost down as much as we can, so that none of this, you know, ever comes up. The best ground school, the best instructors, the best, most cost-effective airplane, safe airplane, you know. And well, safe. What do you mean by safe airplane? I mean, explain to you. So every airplane has got a stall characteristics, right? So we would like to have a plane which is more forgiving to train on for a student. So we will try to select that airplane, and it should be cost effective. So MS Cockpit, they will come up with a good school. You keep watching this space, and you have all the resources. You can pick up the phone and you can ask MS Cockpit to get in touch with one of us, and any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer. I hope that kind of answers this question.
Thank you so much, sir. Then I have another question to Crystal ma'am and to Rajesh sir also. Like,
Yeah.
uh, you both have an experience of more than 20 to 30 years in this aviation field, and especially Crystal ma'am, staying away from her own country. Like, how do you manage your time being with your family? Like, pilots are extremely scheduled to work. Then how do you manage your time with your family? Is it difficult, or like how do you manage it?
I think Captain Rajesh is more adapt to answer that question.
Okay. So let me answer this question. So when I was flying, I had more time at home, right? Good quality time at home, because if when you finish your flight and you come home till your next assignment, you are resting and you're spending time with your family. Now, if you were to take a job of a 9 to 5, a person who's doing 9 to 5, he's actually working very hard. He has to be in his office by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I'm not sure how it works these days, but let's say 10 o'clock. He has to get ready at 8 o'clock, leave by 8:30, travel to his work, and he comes home by 7 o'clock or 6, 7 o'clock. He has hardly any time. So if I was to do a flight to New York and back, I have gone out for 5 days. When I come back, I got 5 days off, right? So there's more time at home. And yes, you miss out on certain occasions, certain birthdays, certain parties that come up from friends. But the ones that are known, that are planned for, that you can bid for, you can request your roster for, the important ones, they will always be there. Like I have not missed a single birthday all my life. Maybe I was lucky, but that's how it happened. Maybe I planned well, right? So it's all right. It's very rewarding. It is demanding, but you will find your own balance. It's not an issue.
Thank you so much, sir.
Captain, I have a question. What
Yeah,
is
go
that
ahead.
one thing you love the most about your job?
Captain Christelle, that's for you.
Yeah. Um, Thank you, Rajesh. The only thing that I can say is that just came to my mind is exactly what you were talking about. This being at work at 9 o'clock and be back at 5 or 6, 1 hour each way. This life would have not suit me. The freedom, of course, you have to plan properly and to organize your life around and work. But the freedom, yeah, it's priceless. To be able to have during the weekdays a full day off or 2 days off and just do what you want. I'm not. I'm not. My temper is not made for regular. I mean, I'm not saying regular because I consider my job to be regular, but like an everyday normal roster would not suit me. It's up to your temper how you handle it. I think that answers the question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Sindhu,
Yes.
everything about it. Yes, Christelle mentioned the lifestyle, yes, but everything about it. I mean, you have you seen how beautiful an airplane is, and to be near it, to be able to touch it, to fly it is mesmerizing. You know, where I went to school in Mumbai, uh, runway 14 is just about a mile short, not even a mile short from my school. So the planes coming in would be so low that I felt that I could jump up and touch them, you know. And now, after 33 years of being able to be close to them, uh, even now when I hear a sound of an aeroplane going over my head, I have to stop and look at it. It's so beautiful. That's magical. That's what I like about it.
Yes, Captain. Thank you, Captain.
So there was some concern about the way forward with this pandemic. Some people are questioning whether this will work. I have to tell you, it has been mentioned in the past in this session today. It's cyclical. So when I joined, there was when I got my license, there was no job for 2 years. I got a job. Then there came a time where there were no jobs again. Then when I was interviewing pilots, which was over a period of 4 5 years, there was a phase where a pilot would walk in for an interview with already 3 appointment letters in his pocket. He's got a job here, he's got a job there, he's got a job everywhere. He walks in and he's like, okay, what have you got to offer me? Okay, so you are paying me X, he's paying me Y. So that is cyclical. So, Chinese proverb, when winds of change blows, some people build a wall while the others build a windmill. So right now winds of change are there. And depends on you. You want to build a wall or you want to build a windmill. I, for one, I'm building a windmill. I'm ready for when the tide changes, wind changes, and I'm ready. And if you are ready, the opportunity will come. If you choose otherwise, that's fine too. But if you choose to stick around and persevere, because you should have a single goal, and you should be towards that goal that you walk. Because if you waver, you will not reach here or there. That is one thing I'll definitely do. Is that fine, Sindhu?
Yes, yes, definitely, sir. And sir, how difficult is it to get through the pilot interview?
No, not difficult at all. If you're prepared. If you're not prepared, everything is difficult. So
Yes, exactly.
have the right attitude. Everybody just wants to know whether you are trainable, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And Christelle, please go ahead. You wanted to say something.
This is a very interesting question. It's all depend where. I'm sorry to interrupt, Captain Ashish. It's all depend where you are applying. If you are applying in a country like in India, then you know the mentality. You already know what they are looking for because you are born there, raised, and you have the same mentality. So you know when the question comes, how to handle it. In a different country, you have to not even be ready, like Captain Rajesh was saying, but as well, you have to learn how they think. If you go to Europe, it's not only if you are able to be trained. It is as well a problem of the you know how French are very arrogant, and they are Australian who teach the bird how to fly an aircraft. So each and every country has their things, and I believe it's as well be ready aviation wise, whether aerodynamic, I mean you name it, all the chapters that needs to be studied, but as well the mentality. In the Emirates, in Abu Dhabi, it's yes. I don't know about India because I never went through an assessment in India. But in Abu Dhabi is attitude, as you say, and as well, are you trainable? Do you have the good back? In France, is are you an engineer? Basically, you go for an interview. There is no calculator. There is no paper. You can write stats. So it's just the 100 questions, one pen, and that's it. If you need to calculate, everything is there. No, I got my phone, I'm gonna get the calculator, okay, cosinus of, square roots of, no, everything is there. So they are engineering. So each and every country has their way of assessing their crew and what they're looking for. And what happened is, if you look at Air France 447, they are so engineered, they didn't know how to fly the aircraft. So there is, but if you're not an engineer, you're not gonna go through those airlines. You're not gonna join them. I hope that answered the questions.
Yes, Captain. Yes. Thank you so much, Captain.
Brilliant. Anybody in the house wants to ask a question? We're almost out of time.
So one last question. Like after post like after this lockdown, each and every one of the each and every airlines is facing a very big crisis, and they are planning very extreme to get the extreme profit and the safest flight on each of their operations. So what is the three or some four factors which you would point out to run an airlines profitable or optimum?
That's $1 million question, and every CEO is trying to find that answer. but having said that, okay, common sense question. Good question. So, correct airplane type. It's very important. What is the route? What is your objective? What airline are you making? Are you making a regional airline? Are you making a domestic airline? Are you making an international airline? So correct airplane type. The correct staff. The correct staff meaning hire the right people and the right amount of people. Right? Pay them nice. You pay peanuts, you get monkeys. But if you pay them with chocolate, you get fat monkeys. So it has to be the correct amount of monkeys. Sorry, money. And slowly build up. Don't be in a rush to just expand. Build your resources slowly and slowly take it up. This is an advice I'll give it to any CEO who wants to talk to me about it. And I'm sure they know about it because they go to good schools and they're well educated, and by the time they become a CEO, they know what to do. But sometimes you just can't manage it because of factors which are not in your control.
Thank you so much.
Does that
Captain.
answer?
Yes, sir.
My
Thank you,
pleasure.
sir.
Before we sign off, I would like to thank every one of you who attended. The speakers, I see Mehul is here, Christel is here, I think Amit is also here, and Omar, Captain Omar, who's probably logged off and must be sleeping now because he's in Miami at about 2 o'clock in the night or so. Mr. Jayavant, I'll personally call and check on him and see how his family is doing. I'd like to thank Ashia, Sindhu, Sarun Raje. You guys have been big help. And the technical team, the MH Cockpit, CEO Mr. Sugar, who encouraged me to organize everything here, Vignesh, and actually all of you. You attended in good numbers and you hung around and you stuck around. In fact, if you have any questions, yeah, somebody has a question, I believe. Please ask. Or was it just finger trouble, like by mistake? Okay, doesn't matter. Even if you have a question afterwards, you can reach MH Cockpit and they can ask us and we can probably get back to you about it. With that, yes, Mr. Mohammed Sahil, please ask. Okay, so
Captain,
thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Captain, can I invite Sindhu to give the official vote of thanks from our side?
Please do. Please
Thank
do.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
So I invite Sindhu to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Sharon, for the opportunity. Good afternoon, honorable guests, respected lecturers, coordinators, and my dear friends. First of all, I would like to thank the complete department for giving me an opportunity to speak on this auspicious occasion. And it's a matter of honor to me. On behalf of the Institute and MH Cockpit Aviation, I would like to thank all the honorable guests because the webinar could not be complete without your presence and inspiring words. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Also, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone present in the webinar today. Thank you.
Okay, with that, we will sign off. Thank you very much for staying with us for the duration, and all the best. Good luck.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Crystal ma'am. Thank you for your cooperation. It's a very awesome webinar session for us, and thank you for guiding us through this section. And we are hoping to see you when we are there in the industry.
And I just want to say, yeah, good luck with the fun journey of that amazing adventure you picked, guys. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of efforts, money. I mean, you name it, but it's worth it. Every minutes you will be flying seconds. So good luck with it, and maybe we'll talk on the radio. And please feel free to say hello. It was Sindhu, it's me, and I will be happy, very, very happy to hear you on the radio.
Definitely, Captain, definitely.